Working parents know how tough it is to find help taking care of their kids so they can work. Last night, we shared the story of parents who dealt with the struggles of finding proper child care, along with the challenges of keeping child care centers open.
Probably the most difficult location that I have lived in order to find child care.
I put her on 2 different wait lists when I was in my 2nd trimester. And by the time we were ready to send her, when she was 8 months old, we were not at the top of either of those wait lists.
You're looking at a year of costs before you have anybody come in, any children come in, any money coming in, and then there's still a lot of question marks about what's that money going to look like.
So tonight, we bring you part 2 of our Target 7 report into the child care crisis. WDBJ 7's Mitch Carr looks at ways lawmakers hope to address this issue.
Finding childcare is a major challenge for working parents in our hometowns. Last night, we told you about pregnant women putting their unborn children on wait lists and still not finding a daycare for them once they've been born. Even when parents do find daycare, it costs thousands of dollars per month. Tonight, a plan to help from Virginia Democratic Senator Mark Warner and West Virginia Republican Senator Jim Justice.
We don't have cars in here.
Every parent knows this.
I did a lot of them.
Kids are cute, but they are exhausting.
You're broken.
And when they're not your kids, your patience may wear thin.
Childcare is rewarding, but it's also, you're working with kids and it can be stressful.
That's one reason Chris Foley, who owns and runs Little Sprouts of Roanoke with his wife Annalie, says it's tough for a daycare to hire and keep qualified staff.
In order to hire the right person and keep the right person, you have to do your due diligence, but you also have to pay them well enough to make them, want to stay and create the environment to make them want to stay.
This issue is just one of many that make child care so tough to find in our hometowns and across the country.
Many times child care could cost almost as much as college. And yet, at the same time, child care workers get paid so much lower than traditional workers.
Senators Mark Warner and Jim Justice have come together on a bipartisan bill to try and help.
What my tax credit bill will do will go directly to those child care providers and can only be used for a salary increase for those child care providers.
In a statement, Justice said that by doing that, quote, we can pay the people who take care of our kids what they deserve while giving our hard-working families some breathing room, end quote. It's called the Child Care Supply Tax Act, and it allows daycare providers to offset on their taxes 5% staff raises in urban and suburban areas and 7% staff raises in rural areas. That's because as bad as the issue is in cities, it's worse in the country. Senator Justice noted that his home state, West Virginia, is mostly rural and told us, quote, providers are spread out. Families have fewer options, and if a daycare closes, there might not be one close by, end quote. Justice continued, saying there is bipartisan support for the bill because it means, quote, paying our hardworking child care workers better so our providers can stay open and provide more options for our families, end quote. Warner and Justice believe if you pay people more, they're more likely to stick around. And if it isn't coming directly from the operator's pocket, then they don't have to pass the cost of the raise along to the parents.
This isn't going to solve every problem, but we have seen communities that when you've got support to move up the pay of the child care provider, that you can actually then see that translated into lower cost for the families who need child care. So step in the right direction.
It all sounds good to Chris Foley at Little Sprouts of Roanoke.
Yeah, of course, that's appealing to you. Anytime you're going to get a tax credit for being able to raise wages for staff, absolutely appealing.
Foley said cities can help potential daycare operators get open quicker by doing something as simple as publishing a list of requirements for zoning, something that would have saved he and his wife months and thousands of dollars.
You can't. You have to come home with me.
Regardless of what's being done, he's happy something is being done.
It's a business that is needed everywhere. It's a business that's not available to meet the needs hardly anywhere.
The best tip for parents looking for childcare is not to be deterred by those wait lists. Almost every daycare has one, and if you don't get on one, you may not find what you're looking for now or later. So sign up But until something happens at the local, state, or federal level, or all three, this issue will remain a problem for everyone in our hometowns looking for affordable childcare.